So, how have you been this week? Just tell me a little about how you've been feeling since our last session. I see. Well, I understand that can be quite distressing. How did you manage to implement the coping strategies we talked about last time? Alright, no, it's fine. Sometimes it's a little hard to implement things like that all at once. Now, did it help you at all what I told you last week? To keep a bit more distance from the other people in your life, give yourself some space to sort out your thoughts and evaluate your relationships. I see. I understand that completely, but I also believe that you have to realize that taking that sort of space for yourself is not a bad thing. Really, you need it and you owe it to yourself. So even if the people in your life demand it, I believe you need to be firm and tell them that you need this time to yourself. Right? So let's try that again after this session and do try to be firm with others. I know it's hard, but you have to tell them really as best as you can outright that you don't want to see them for a while. Good. Now, let's talk about what you brought up last week, shall we? The matter of being afraid of love and intimacy. It's really a common issue that many people go through. I've treated quite a few patients who had similar issues. Now, the important part is to slowly become comfortable with it. If you pressure yourself to get into a relationship immediately, or accept all kinds of physical touch immediately, you will likely end up worse for wear. So, if you'd like to try, I would suggest doing a very slow, step-by-step introduction to contact in a safe setting without any expectations. Like here, for example. Would you be alright with that? Alright. Now we can start very slowly, just to help you get used to contact with other people again. Would you extend your hand? I'm going to touch your hand now. Is that alright? There we go. See, not so bad, is it? Just trailing my finger over your palm like that. Now, how about if I were to take your hand in mine? Would you be comfortable with that? See, you're doing very well. Doing so good. Now, if I interlace our fingers, do you think you'd be comfortable with that? And just like that, you're holding hands with me. Things like that can be a lot easier if you approach them slowly and with the right degree of care. You deserve a partner who cares about your comfort. So I would suggest that you don't get into a relationship until we've fully worked on those concerns of yours. Right, while we're here in therapy together, I would recommend just not dating. I don't believe you're ready. But with my help, you can become ready. Certainly, it's going to take a while, but I believe that if we work on this together, we can get you your desired results. Now, let's talk again about the other people in your life. Because from what I've heard during our conversations, I believe there might be an issue with that. Of course, personal connections are very important, but also they need to contribute to your happiness and not be another source of stress. From what you've told me, your family and your friends seem to be stressing you. You don't feel that way. Well, occasionally we can be rather inattentive to the things that make us feel bad, although other people will be able to recognize them based on our words. And although you might not feel that way, I believe that I've recognized a lot of unhealthy patterns based on what you've told me. Now, my clear recommendation, as I've already told you last week, is to get some distance, but I'll tell it to you more clearly this time. You need some space from other people. Some distance, really. I believe it would be healthiest for you to slowly reduce contact with your friends and family. I know, it seems like a strange suggestion, but I truly believe it will help you. And when you feel better afterwards, you can always seek that contact again, but I want you to focus on you for now. Does that sound understandable to you? Right? It's very important to work on yourself first and foremost. And I believe the current state of your real life relationships is not allowing for that. So I know it seems like a strange suggestion and feels like a lot to ask. And I'm certain that you'll receive some pushback from the people in your life. But I need you to understand that that is my professional opinion as a therapist. I mean, I wouldn't have a personal reason to keep you away from others, would I? Right, of course not. So you need to understand that the only reason I'm saying this is because truly, that is what will be best for you. And if you want to get better, if you want to get to a point where you feel happy and comfortable with your life again, I need you to follow that suggestion, alright? Just give it a try this week. Whenever someone asks to meet you or talk to you, keep conversations very short and tell them you don't have time. They will understand sooner or later. And you really desperately need that time to focus on yourself. Also, I've been meaning to suggest, Based on the course of this therapy, I believe that you would benefit from a higher frequency of sessions. I just so happened to get a free time slot on Thursdays, and I believe that we would make a lot more progress if we got to check up more frequently. So, what do you say? A Thursday, 6 p.m.? Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that. The extra session is included in your monthly plan. Right, because it was my suggestion for treatment. You won't have to pay any extra, of course not. Wonderful. I will see you on Thursday then rather than next week. Please do try to implement the things we talked about. And remember, keep some distance from others. You really need it. Wonderful. Now, is there anything else you wanted to discuss, or are you comfortable with ending our session for today? That is great to hear. So, do try to implement these things, and please feel free to let me know on Thursday how they've been working out for you. You may experience some initial pushback, but I promise you, it'll all feel much better for you in the end. Did you know I have a Patreon? I use it to help support things like, for example, commissioning the artwork that I use for these videos. On it, you can find things like extra videos or posts or mini audios from me. So if you're interested, please go check it out in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me.